Hello there. I'm back, and now I was thinking about doing the final stuff before I restring the guitar and check out its playability. And that involves trying this new bevel tool that I have and also polishing the frets with various different methods here. Um, so this bevel tool angle and the 23-degree angle. And if you don't know what beveling is, I didn't either, or at least not the word. Basically, it's taking care of the edges of the fret wire. And in many guitars where the wood has shrunk a little bit, there is fret wire sticking out. Now on this guitar, it's not bad at all, but it's still, you can still feel it when you slide your fingers like that. There's a little bit of edge sticking out. It's nothing, you wouldn't cut yourself if you moved fast or anything like that. It's just like final tweaks, and it's not that time consuming to fix, so I don't mind trying it out. But it did struck me that I have to find a tool to open this. Oh, that was easy. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, just shift side, and I've never done this. So there's a one-sided and a two-sided. I'm gonna use the two-sided now. Oh, sorry, the one-sided, because it gives a better surface supposedly, so you don't have to polish it as much. So it's a bit slower, but since, as I was saying, it's not a major issue on this guitar anyway. So instead of just doing it for like a few seconds with the more powerful side, I'm just gonna do it with a one-sided, and hopefully I'll get a good polish at the end of it. So I've attached to the, you can see there are, like, this is a wider angle than this, right? Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I've done this with a simpler file before, but this should be easier. What I'm gonna do now is go very light and just feel if I can feel a difference. And it does feel like a difference, but maybe I'm just imagining. No, I think it's better. Feels a little bit worse up here though, so I'm gonna just a little bit afraid of hitting something here, but I think I'm doing good. Yep. So I don't have any finish to be too worried about here. If you do have something like some kind of more well, something that looks really great on the sides, what's it called? Yeah, like the Gibson guitar thing. Can't find the words. Then you might want to think twice before doing this. I'm not that concerned about, guitars with lots of details. I just want good playability and good sound and possibly cool looks, but maybe not details. I don't know. This is not such a guitar, and it feels better already. So it struck me that it would have been smarter to start with this side. I'm gonna do that now. Yeah, I can feel it sticking out. Yeah. So this is a 24 fret guitar. Yeah, it's a Solar A1. So I think it's better. Again, I just want to work on this very lightly now. Okay, and of course, got to be careful with this one as well. You don't want to hit it. Best is if you can remove it, but I don't want to get into the process of doing that. Okay. I don't think I want to go much more now. There's a 23 angle side as well on this one. I don't know if I want to try that because I really don't like the feeling of kind of, slipping down from the side of of the fret wire. So I'd rather have it, you know, a bit longer fret wire and steeper angle, and as opposed to using the, you know, the other 23-degree angle, and I'm gonna get the slope, right? I don't want that noticeable slope. Whoop. So I'm obviously doing this before the polishing of the frets, because once that is done, I'd rather not be all over this guitar. Okay, so this is the first time I do it with this tool. I have done it a few times with this tool on the side of the fret, just going like that. But this should be a much more controlled way of doing it. I'm getting the right angle all the time. And it does feel better. But I think I'm gonna have to deal now with each fret individually. And that, for that purpose, I have what is called an E file. Hey there, Sebastian, I remember you from last time. Whose mandolin is this? I like it. So I'm just gonna give it super quick. So this is a fast process. Oh, where was I? I'm such an amateur. Okay, so let's do the other side now. That was trickier. I'm gonna do it this way. So right now I'm just taking care of the sides of the fret and the fret wire end, so that they're not as sharp. Ideally, you would want them round, and there's actually a rounded side on this file to accomplish that, but I've never tried that, so I might do it for the first time here and see how that works out. Okay, you gotta be a little bit careful here because the guitar body is here. Okay, and would you believe it? There's now a noticeable difference. It's a shame I don't have a good way of showing you that. But here it feels a little bit sharp around the edges. So it seems I might have to go over the top a little bit more. Or the top frets, I mean. Maybe I didn't really cover them from a good angle. Yeah, it's better. Up here. I mean, you can test this on your own guitar if you just slide your finger like that. If there are rough edges, or if you slide your hand like this and you can feel rough edges, then it's possible your fretboard could benefit from this. But I mean, this is not a biggie. It's just for fun to try to get that really nice kind of playing feeling, or it's not even about playing, it's just about sensation of holding the guitar. I don't think you could argue this affects playing much at all. Okay, so there's a rounded side now, but I've never tried that. How was that? So like this. Oh, and this file has a rounded side, but it's not the side where the diamonds are. So I think it's to do this kind of motion, but I've only seen videos of it, so I don't know. It'll be interesting. Let's try it here. Actually, I have no clue how to do this, so I'm not gonna try. But I will do the other side here. So how am I gonna do this? Let's start from here. Okay, I gotta be careful now because I have the guitar body very close. Now do the other side, and then I should be done with this, and I can go on to polishing the frets. And after that, I should be able to string the guitar and try it out. I don't dare do the last fret. I think there's an improvement. I'm not 100% happy with the frets up here. I don't really know why. But I'll do that for now, and then maybe I'll do some more research before finalizing that. But overall, it's an improvement. It could be better on top frets here. Okay. So now, let's see here. I'm going to use this tool to protect the fretboard. Again, I don't think, with this kind of doesn't have any finish or lacquer as far as I can tell. It's just, or maybe it has slight, I don't know. But I'm going to be careful with this tool, and I'm going to protect the fretboard or the frets, and start doing this polishing with, I'm not sure what these are called, but these have a bit the same effect as sandpaper, right? And I have 3 different grits, and the finer grits, I'm saving those for the end, right? So now I'm just trying to remove some like major inconsistencies on the surface of the fret wire. Yeah, it's already looking good. I think maybe I should put you closer. Let's see. It's actually a big difference. That's pretty exciting. And this is just the very first filing. Hopefully it'll shine even more at the end of this. Looking very good now, very promising. So this is the tool I'm using to protect the guitar. And you can see how there's a hole here for the fret wire. Where was I? Oh, Actually feels like I stopped here. This one doesn't feel at all as treated. So this is really to make those frets kind of, how should I describe it? Shiny and slippery, perhaps. But I'm gonna have to clean the fretboard afterwards. 1,400. Okay, so I think this is the next gauge. I'm gonna put this one down and see. This is a good way to see that I'm an amateur here with this mess. It would make much more sense to have a better surface to work on, but we can always fix that, right? So lots of cool questions here. Your classical guitar string action is very high. With a classical guitar, there isn't that much you can do because you don't have a truss rod. What you can do is basically remove the saddle plastic piece and also the nut, and you can file that down. But I'm not sure I would recommend that because there's also always a risk that you're just gonna start to get fret buzz all over the guitar. So I think it might be best to take it to luthier and see what can be done. But with a classical guitar, your options are a bit limited unless you have some rare instrument which actually has a truss rod. Truss rod allows you to change the neck relief. I so much want to be done with this and get playing this guitar. So I'm seeing this fret has some marks. I'm going to see if I can move to the other grit and fix that. Yes, looks better now. Okay, just give me a second. So, we're soon done with this grit. Half of the frets left, and typically it's a faster process when you go over to the finer grits. But I do notice now that some of these frets have a little mark here. That could be from the leveling process. So it's no biggie. Thank you, Vladimir. Boston. I look like a nerd. I am a nerd. So I'm very proud my looks reflect that. But the frets are looking shinier and shinier by the minute. I love it. Whew. Okay, only one more grit now with this. I'm really doing this in the right order. So just to remind you, I'm a player, not a luthier. But when you have many guitars, you have to do a bit of dirty work as well. No way around that. And after all, this is pretty fun. I mean, I think this improves the affection and the relation you get to your guitars. It's a bit like taking care of a young child, and then you grow very fond of that child just because you've taken care of it. It's the same with my guitars. Maybe that sounded weird, I don't know. Anyhow, it's a good thing to take care of your guitars. I don't think anybody can argue with me on that one. So are we doing okay now? Yeah, I think this is probably the last grit I do for now. I think that after this, I'm gonna string the instrument and check it out, see how it performs. So that means we only have approximately 10 frets left. Isn't that crazy or what? So only 3 frets left now. What I'm gonna do is quickly, just with a vacuum cleaner, remove some of the dirt. And then I'm gonna show you a close-up of the frets, and you can see if you think this will make do. Again, I'm a player, not a luthier. No one is paying for this, which is probably a good thing. Yeah, Christian, I'm not a luthier. Funny you asked the moment I said it. Okay, so okay. So are you ready for a close-up? Are you ready? So I guess that's the end result for now. I mean, it could go on forever, but that's good enough, I think. It's gonna be good enough. I think it could always get better. And as I said, I haven't done a lot of polishing or crowning for that matter. So I'm trying not to overdo it in the beginning, more try to learn. And the better I get, the more time I'm gonna know, you know, how, or the more I'm gonna know how much time to spend on each part of the job. This is okay. As I was saying, I'm not 100% happy with the beveling on top of here. But I could probably do some quick adjustments afterwards as well. So I didn't want to spend too much time with it in the live stream because I feel kind of clueless on how to do it. So yeah, but let's string this one. And the most curious part is, of course, how well the guitar is going to perform with this action, because that's actually how I started this little session, by spot leveling a few frets. But then I decided to also finally do the crowning work, which I've postponed for many years ever since I did the fret leveling. So I've had super flat tops of the fret wire, which isn't really a super nice feeling. Okay, so let's see here. So let's get rolling with these strings. Whew. See if I can speed this process up. I'm not a big fan of restringing, and I'm definitely not just gonna be I'm just gonna be using the old strings because they were okay, and I don't feel like changing strings. Oh, but I do want to clean the fretboard a little bit before we do this. So I think you can actually just grab a little bit of water for like a maple fretboard like this. So I'm gonna do that. So I just had a drip of water on this cloth, just to. And if you're wondering whether your fretboard can withstand some humidity, then the answer must be yes, because many guitarists sweat from their hands. And sometimes when I record stuff, and if there's like a part that is giving me problems and I have to spend a lot of time practicing it, I can have sections of the fretboard that is totally wet just from my hand and finger sweat. So that tells me that a bit of humidity on the fretboard is not going to be a problem. And I can really tell how clean this is making the fretboard just by looking at the cloth. See, it's kind of dirty. It was decently clean before I started. So this should also have been done ages ago. But the thing is, the filing job, with a filing job, you get a lot of metal dust on the fretboard. And now, although that sounds like a pretty cool album title, it also makes the fretboard super dirty. So after fret filing, there's really no way around tidying up the fretboard. You can look at it as your yearly Christmas shower. That's exactly what this is. Okay, half of the frets done, but I have to say that I am cutting corners a little bit now. Again, I'm not charging anyone for this. This is just so that I can play the guitar myself and feel good about it. And it's decently clean, decently clean. Pretty good, yeah. We're getting there. No, I didn't build the guitar. This is just a Solar A1 guitar. I actually got it in person from Ola England a long time ago when I shot a couple of demo videos when his brand Solar guitar was new. And we live in the same city, so he checked if I wanted to give it a shot, and I did. It was a lot of fun. Should do more of that. Okay, I have to get some more water. So, are we doing okay now? Yeah, this is getting pretty good, I think. Looks much cleaner to me now. But it's funny, because if you see the comments on many of my shorts, people are really upset about some of my fretboards. Like, oh man, you gotta clean that fretboard. You gotta give it some love. I was like, well, I'm busy recording videos. But now I'm finally giving myself a bit of time to take care of my guitars. And to be honest with you, I can do it a bit more relaxed when I'm live streaming as well. Because then it feels like I'm doing this, it's not just benefiting me, I'm actually doing something that benefits you guys as well. Okay, that'll make do. It's not perfect, but it's much better than when I started. Good? Okay, so back to restringing. Hallelujah! Hello from Watkins Glen, New York. Awesome. Good. The E string is done. Thank you. Hallelujah. So this is definitely the part I hate the most. And again, in my shorts, some of my guitars are stringed in a weird way, and that's something people love commenting on as well. It's like, why do you have the ball bearing in the head or whatever? It's like, I don't know. I just thought that would make the process quicker. Again, I'm a player. I'm not a luthier. But sometimes you have to get luthering. That's the only way. At least if you have many guitars. I don't know about the string angle there, but we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't go out of tune. Otherwise, you can always redo. Oh, Matt Beck, what's up? I'm doing good, man. Oopsie. Okay. G string now, we're getting closer. Come on, G string, you can do this. B string, only 2 more to go. And again, these are the old strings that I'm just reattaching. Sometimes it doesn't work, but I think I managed to pull it off here. Oh, we'll see about this one. Just because I said that, this one's probably gonna give me issues. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I think I did it for the B strings. Great. Just one string to go. Whew, please, Mr. E string, don't give me issues. Thin E string has a will of its own. So sometimes this can give you a little bit of issues, but hopefully we'll be back and running. Oh, and it didn't work. Come on, E string, you can do this. Yeah, I think we did it. Amazing, amazing. All strings are attached. Freaking amazing. So now I'm gonna tune it and then I'm gonna test if my fret leveling changed anything. So in other words, I'm gonna see if these 3 hours of work had any impact. Of course, I'm optimistic. I think it's gonna be good improvements, but you can't know until you try or until you test it out, until you test the end result out. So this is an Evertune system. If you think my tuning behaves a little bit weird, that's because this is an Evertune guitar. So I'm just quickly tuning this up. I prefer to tune it up so I can actually bend strings with this Evertune, which struck me that I should probably do because bending is the thing I want to test. So either way, I wish I had my brain with me. I must have left it somewhere else. But let's do the high E string because that's the most important one. That's the one that was giving me issues. Okay. Yep. See if I can blow a string as well. Tuning is freaking perfect. Or sorry, bending is perfect. So just to remind you, in my previous live stream, the 11th and the 17th fret didn't work. So that's why I started spot leveling. But what's cool now is that, I'm just gonna remove these glasses. These frets look pretty cool now. Very well done. But I do notice that I could have been more aggressive with the crowning. I was just so, worried I would overfile. But again, it shouldn't really be possible with the system I used, but I still had to be careful. Okay, so let's tune it up a bit better. Again, I'm using Evertune here, so the process might look a little weird to you. but it's fairly quick. Okay, the G string is gonna, I will need to have a look at the G string there and maybe set up the Evertune a bit better there. Okay, so there is a point still, fret 17, where I can bend the string out of action. Somewhere there, so not perfect yet, but it's a major improvement. And the frets look pretty awesome now, so I'm happy about that. Don't know how much you can see of it. How am I tuning it? So tune it the regular way, but sometimes you have to fine adjust the tuning down here. If, well, it's a bit hard to explain, but if the zone 2 or whatever it's called isn't in tune, which is the case now, so let's see. Do I have an Allen key somewhere here? There. Cheers. Okay. Cheers again. So here's how you do it. So I'm gonna try that for the G string now. Don't remember which dimension. So the G string is not completely in tune, so I'm gonna have to adjust the Evertune bridge. Oh man, why isn't this working? Come on. Wrong key again. This isn't ideal because there's a weight to this key. No, that's good. Yeah, that's, I think it fixed it. Okay, cool. So I think this will do for now. This guitar is much better than when I started. So the things that can still be done, I can maybe search a little bit more for higher frets, since there is a spot where I can bend the string and the note dies. But that could also be that it could simply be that the strings are too low for the current setup. So I could either raise the action, or I could try to level a what is called I think a fall away. So basically you use a level file and you apply it like falling down from the 12th fret. But the danger with doing that is eventually you don't have any fret wire left. So we'll see. I'll think a little bit about that. But it's definitely more than playable. And the things I would probably improve next time is I could work a little bit more on the beveling here. I could definitely do a better polishing job than what I've done. And I think maybe, yeah, I think I should have spent a bit more time with the thicker grits, because the way this crowning system works, it leaves the top of the fret wire intact. That's the whole safety in this system. So that also means I can't crown the fret too low. But I'm noticing now that the guitar is cleaned, that the top of the fret wire looks kind of rough. Let's see, let me see if I can show you that. So what I would do, well, I'm not sure you can see that. But basically, there's it's like the top of the curvature is a little rough. It's nothing that's going to affect playability or anything. Possibly you could feel it maybe when bending a little bit. But it's also possible that the actual bending will help me with the rough polishing. Yeah, I can actually feel it here. So I could have done a better polishing job, but I can just do that next time I change strings. It's not an issue. Again, I'm learning here, and it looks like it's mainly a problem up here. And I think what might have happened here was I was a little bit scared of going haywire with the crowning file. I think that's what happened. Maybe if I had done that, it would have been okay. Or maybe not. Maybe it's the polishing. I don't know. Anyhow, back camera. Oh, good thinking. But I still don't think you can see it. Yeah, here. Oh, yes, here you can see. Where there is reflection here, you can see it's a little bit rough. Oh, yeah, you can see it here. So this part, the rough here, that I could have gotten rid of that with a bit of, if I had spent more time, I think, polishing with the thicker grits. So there you have it. But it's not a biggie, and I think still it's an improvement, and I got to get better at using my new tools, so that was very important. And I have, believe me, I have many more guitars that need work, so this is just one of many. But I think I'm gonna pause a little bit now. Maybe I'll get back to just playing this guitar a little bit, because I've done a lot of luthering and not a lot of playing today. But I want to thank you for tuning in. It's always so much fun to do this with you guys. Yeah, well, maybe that's what we should do, Ethan. Maybe I should just change the setup so you can hear the guitar. Let's do that. You're gonna have to have a couple of 2 or 3 minute patience as I move things around to connect the guitar. There we go. Do we have light here? I think we do, yes. Okay, so getting ready to connect my guitar now. Okay, so this is obviously a high gain guitar, and that's exactly what I'll be using it for. But I just... Pretty good tuning there. So it plays very well. But I do feel the polishing thing, so probably next thing I'm gonna do is improve the polishing on this one. Jazz Junction, I'm using standard, E standard tuning, and the scales I was doing probably just E minor now, I think. I haven't played a lot today. I've just tried to find the weak spots. So let's warm up a little bit since you guys wanted me to play. Here we go. Not ready for that stuff yet. So I think I should have spent more time with a thick grit. That would have done it for me. It just seemed okay to me as I was doing it. I just couldn't see those slight roughnesses that I showed you at the end there. At least least I didn't mess up anything. That's a good thing. People were a bit worried as I was crowning the files, like, oh, should you be doing this? I don't even know what metalcore is. I'm sorry. I'm just an old dude. You gotta be forgiving. But if I do a little bit of riffing here, I'm gonna get more warmed up. I messed up. So doing those octaves with a hybrid finger was easier. Sahili, what's up? Thank you, Dustin. Warm-ups, I like to challenge myself to go between rhythm and lead. I think it's just makes so much more fun, and it's very useful when you're jamming to quickly be able to go between them. But it's hard. Like that. And then be back on the one or something, at least the downbeat. Dakra Busker, what's up? Well, Matt, this could be a song. You name the song name. We're playing a song. This is a song. Oh my Beck, have a good one. Thank you, Pharaoh. Let's see if we can practice some lead here. It's a bit fast for warming up. Let's slow it down a little bit. That's for Matt, but I'm not warmed up yet to really fully shred. Plus, I've got an issue that's bothering me, and that's my tapping finger, which has a super long nail. That doesn't work. You get to see me cut my nails. Isn't that sexy? Okay, so let's try it again. And I messed up. It's for you, Zuga. More pentatonic tapping there. You are losing connection. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Are you guys having problems with that? So, if more are experiencing the connection issue, I could try maybe, yeah, no, should work. Oh, well, that's an issue. I can try switching to my Wi-Fi now, but usually that doesn't produce better results because my Wi-Fi is unstable. Let's try it, see if there's a difference. Sound distorted. So is when I'm talking, is it distorted as well, or is it just playing? When I play the strings like that, it's gonna mess up. Like, hold down the string. What do you mean? It's weird though, because YouTube isn't really telling me there's an issue. Usually YouTube is the first to complain whenever there's an issue. Let me see here. So I'll try switching off the Wi-Fi because here. So now I'm using 5G. See if that's, oh, it's fixed now. Okay, if it comes back, I guess I'll enable the Wi-Fi again. But this is a pretty shreddy guitar, and I think what we did to it really improved the shreddiness of it. So I'm just using E minor for most part and a bit of E harmonic minor. So what is back? The issue is back. Okay, so I'll go Wi-Fi again. That seemed to do better. So back to Wi-Fi now. Now, yeah. String bending. So this is an Evertune bridge, so it's a little special for bending. I messed up. So diminish. Yngwie Malmsteen. I don't know, does that qualify? Mary Had Little Lamb, don't know that. We can do some. I always love some blues inspired licks. Especially if I can weave in some shred. I love ruining my shred runs with some blues. I think we can all agree that playability is pretty good. I didn't ruin playability, at least. So about the scale I was using there, it's mostly E minor and then some E harmonic minor, and that's also when I usually throw in some diminished arpeggio, which you guys asked for. So this is E minor. You can maybe hear the sound, but I can do this. It's E harmonic minor, and I'm outlining the diminished 7 arpeggio within that E harmonic minor scale. Hey Victor, since 2010, that's awesome, man. I inspired you a lot through the years. Thank you, man. Thanks for tuning in. Awesome to meet you. No, Black Crow Busker, this is still 09 to 46, if I'm not mistaken. Could actually be standard 010s as well. 09 and 46 is a mix of 09 and 010. But now that I think about it, maybe I have 10s on this guitar. Can't tell you for sure, actually. Just maybe feels a bit, yeah, I think it's probably 10, so sorry about that. On most of my other guitars, it's 09 to 46, but I didn't change strings now. It's a very, very clear sound, I think. So Black Crow Busker, I spent the last hours live streaming how I spot leveled the frets, and I've crowned them and I polished them. And I was a bit worried I would mess the guitar up, as always, but I think I did fine. What is flocking? Notes. Just testing some bending here. That's so the 17th fret high E string, I can only bend it a whole step. After that, the note dies. So that's an issue in the fret leveling or just the action. You can do it to that, but I can't do it to... There it dies. But I also had problems with the 11th fret, and I think they're completely gone. No, it's there. Oh, there. But it's not at all as bad, you know. I couldn't even bend a half step or a whole step. Now it's a definite improvement. I think, like I said previously, I might have to level a fall away or just raise the strings if I want to do this. Ha 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 ha! That's true, Black Crow Busker. You used to want me to do that kind of. It's a bit Nuno Bettencourt-ish. I think he does it. Something like that, right? I'd have to practice that. I do them usually with 3-note per string, right? Agnete, I am on Patreon. Thanks so much for asking. You can also become a member on this channel. Thanks a lot for asking that. So yeah, these are the pole muted legato, right? So playing 1, 2, 3, but with the pole mute. So and just pick and hybrid finger. That's usually how I do it. So pick, hybrid finger, all muted. And if you do that fast, you get a I don't know, Nuno Bettencourt, Rick Graham kind of sound. So. As always, it's a matter of how you end those runs. So you gotta be a bit mindful so that it doesn't sound like you're just showing off, which you are doing. That's how I prefer using those fast runs as build-ups. So that's just like a D major triad arpeggio. But it's played like a rake, right? You don't even have to do the arpeggio. You can just lightly touch the strings and do that. Downward sweep, or however you want to look at, upward in direction. And then comes the note. But I do it with a sweep, right? You don't even need the sweep. If you can do it, you can have it there, but you don't have to spend 10 years practicing that. It works with a rake as well. There's something unmistakably cool with a sweep picking build-up as well. Just too many notes. I can't believe you guys are still watching. This is just a guitar masturbation. But just like real masturbation, it's a lot of fun. I can't play Smoke on the Water. I don't want to be able to do it. We have that. That's Smoke on the Water, right? that's a pretty cool album title right there. LOL-based guitar for like an instrumental album 2025. Cool, guys. So, I have to think about what comes next. And as fun as this was, it cannot go on forever. Nothing can. But we kept going for 81 minutes, so I think we did pretty good. Now, of course, I want to thank you for sticking with me for all this time. You guys are extremely loyal. I'm extremely thankful for that. So if you want to become my member, I have a membership here on the channel, and it is, of course, deeply appreciated if you want to tune in to my special content there and get special recognition. But either way, I hope you benefited from all the time I spent live streaming and basically tweaking the setup of my guitar with fret leveling, crowning, and all that good stuff. I can't thank you enough for that, and you guys have been wonderful, and I've been Christopher Dahl. Have a good one. See ya. Cheers.